Hello guys, welcome to Wolf Nation. My name is Mo. So I'm gonna make this video about my overall thoughts on Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. We finished. It's been one hell of a journey. Going back, because I'm actually rewatching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm watching it along with Blind Wave, and if you're looking for a reaction channel to Fullmetal, or in general, definitely check them out. Best channel out there. But like from the first episode when I watched Fullmetal Alchemist, because I started it because I heard so much good things about it. But when I watched the first episode, I was like, okay. I didn't know what the hell was going on, confused. Actually took me quite a few episodes to really understand everything. But I think like after, I don't know how many episodes, I started to see the potential. And it's just honestly like some shows you find like they have like their high moments and then they go down and you're like but then they pick back up, or some of them actually never pick back up. But I feel like with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it started like right here, and like slowly at first started to go a little bit up, a little bit, and then like way up, way up, way up, and just kept going up. I honestly like, especially like after the first 20 episode, I think 20 episodes, 20 or 30, it just got better and better and better. It's not like it ever took a dip, which honestly is amazing considering like the other animes that I've watched. So I want to go through some of the favorite moments that I had from Fullmetal. I can't categorize this as a favorite moment, but like a shocking moment was obviously Nina. Don't want to go into that too much, but shit. Even seeing Edward and outperform Alchemy trying to get their mother back, and that's when I was like, okay, shit is real in this anime. But yeah, meeting Ling, that was a nice moment, especially considering how much he's grown as a character and how much I liked him more and more as a character. Also, the homunculus, like, even if I like hated some of them, they were still an awesome character. Like Lust, I never really hated Lust, but she oozed like confidence and I guess swagger, and that was really cool. Greed, the first Greed, he was awesome. I love that fight that he had with Edward, and when Edward finally figured out how to use his ultimate shield against him, and then Izumi helping out. Loved it. Then when we had Scar and the sewers, shit. I know I hated Scar, but, well, not Scar, Fuhrer, but damn, he was cool. The way he was slicing and moving so fast, like. Speaking of the Fuhrer, but let's not forget that scene, because another scene, or another part of that scene that I really liked, or not necessarily liked, but it was like, is when the Fuhrer put his sword through Alphonse, and that girl, I can't remember her name, that was inside of Alphonse, saw all the blood coming out. Shit. Also, another scene with the Fuhrer is with him against Ling and Lanfan, when he was carrying Lanfan and he was evading, and we saw the ultimate eye, and that was just amazing. And then when she, like a badass, cut off her arm and attached it to the dog. I think it was dog, but shit. Yeah. So yeah, I loved how Edward and Al grew as characters, especially Edward. We start to see the evolution of him, and even in his alchemy from the beginning to the end. Yeah, another moment that, even though it's sad, if you sit back and look at Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood as a whole, it's something else that jumps out to you that you don't forget is Hughes when he was killed by Envy, who took the form of his wife, and he had the picture of his family. Fuck. Everyone remember in the funeral and his daughter crying and why they're putting dirt on daddy. Shit. Fuck. That scene, man. Also, then we had so many highlights from Roy Mustang when Maria Ross, when she was accused of killing Hughes, and she broke out with the help of shit, what was his name? Henry Charlie the Shopper. Fuck. I can't remember his name, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's number 83. He helped break her out. He was not a favorite character of mine. And then we had Roy Mustang corner her in the like alley, and then for a couple seconds I was like, he actually killed her, because he was obviously furious. But no, he had pretty much a body double, and he helped her escape. And then we have, I think it was episode 17 or 27, Roy Mustang against Lust. That was amazing. When he's like coming out, Alpha is protecting Hawkeye, and Roy Mustang shows up. He was stabbed by Lust, but he cauterized the wound, coming out with his six-pack, shirt opened, bam. That was awesome. He just kept on burning her and burning her. And when he said, I guess I can't get you under these, or something like that, I'm like, whew. That was awesome. You know, you just keep remembering like so many awesome scenes, and I can understand why Fullmetal, even though it came out a long time ago, why it's still popular, because it like never dips in form, and you learn to love a lot of characters, not just Edward. Now that's what makes it even better. There's so many side characters that you actually start to care about. Like, we start to see the evolution of Scar from when we first introduced to him, like when he's just killing everyone, and him killing the Chimera Nina, and then with him going against Kimberly, and then we start to see like with him going against Edward, but then Winry coming between them. That's when we like start to see the evolution of him, and him starting to wonder, like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And I just love the story arc of, you know, Scar. And when he's like captured, and then Winry starts to ask about her parents, and he saying that he can't say anything without it sounding like an excuse, and then him eventually agreeing to help them out, and understanding, thanks to Miles, that he can actually change the country from within. So I just love that. Like, so many side characters that I didn't think I would actually like. I like Yoki. I love his bullshit backstory. Well, the Chimeras, Darius, Hygo, Zambano, Jerso, first introduced to them, I'm like, these assholes working for Kimberly, fuck them. And then when we thought, I don't know who it was it Hygo? One of them that betrayed them and helped out Kimberly, but then it was actually a trap. Not Kimberly, Envy, And then when they had that that was another awesome moment when they had made these whole bunch of transmutation circles or remote transmutation circles in Envy. They were actually like mines and trying to go through them, and each one of them like exploding. I love that. Then Envy transforming and Dr. Marco destroying Envy. I love it because I wasn't really expecting it from Dr. Marco, but it was an awesome moment with Scar helping out too. And another story arc that I really loved was Hohenheim. When I first was introduced to Hohenheim, I was like, yeah, this is the son of a bitch who left him. Because at first, like when we first got introduced, he was pretty much stone-faced. We didn't know that much about his backstory. All we knew is he left them. His wife, their mother died. He still didn't come back. They had to do what they had to do because they thought it was the only way to bring her back. And he still never showed up. So I was like, fuck this guy. Little did I know, you know, all about his backstory and what he went through and what he was trying to do. In the end, he became one of my favorite characters. I think the best moment, or like one of the best moments when I really start to like him, is when Alphonse pretty much met him for the first time in Lior, and then he learned about him, and then when we heard like him say like he still looks at me as his father even though I've done nothing. I'm paraphrasing because obviously it's been a while, but I have done nothing to earn that trust. I think that's pretty much what he said. And then we had that nice moment. Learning that Selim was pride. That was... And then when we had that fight with Pride and Kimberly against Alphonse and Edward, and I think it was Heiko. That was awesome. And then Hohenheim coming and making like this dome out of, you know, stone or dirt and trapping Pride in there with Alphonse. Another awesome moment was actually learning the backstory of the Fuhrer. How he was just this regular kid who they kept on training and turning him into the soldier and experimenting on, and that in the end he wasn't really sure if it was actually his soul, that it wasn't his body. He wasn't sure who he was anymore, due to the experiments of the Gold-Tooth Doctor with the Philosopher's Stone, and him saying that he actually chose his wife. That's the only thing that he chose in his life, was his wife. And then that moment where they're sitting on the table, Fuhrer, Roy Mustang, Edward, and Al. I love that conversation that they had. No more bullshit. Everyone saying what's on their mind. There was no like hiding from each other or trying to think that, well, they were trying to think, but there was no more hiding. They were just saying what they believed. The father, not knowing what the hell is going on with him. Was he Hohenheim? Was he not? Was he his brother? I love that we didn't really know for at least a couple episodes, and then we started to learn more about him, and then that awesome backstory that we got into Slave 23, Hohenheim, and the father, the dwarf in the flask. I really enjoyed that. And even before that, when Gluttony went all crazy with his stomach opening up, creepy as fuck, and then swallowing Edward and Link, and then having to work with Envy to get out of Gluttony's stomach. So So much good shit in this series. And then the introduction to another favorite of mine, General Armstrong, Northern Wall of Briggs. The badass that she is. Love that she didn't take shit from anyone and knew that something was going on with, you know, Edward and Al, and in the end that she did not approve of it, and she wasn't gonna let those sons of bitches, you know, take down Briggs and take down, you know, her country, and how useful of an ally she was going forward. And that moment when she was trying to get information out of Raven, and then in the end cuts his arm, throws him in the cement, and then pours the cement on top of him. And then the moment where we realize that she really does care about, you know, her men, when she gives that soldier a broken watch because she told Buccaneer and the others that they only got like 24 hours, but she wasn't gonna seal it up until they actually came back. So they took longer than 24 hours, and they came back. They thought it was locked up, but they opened it up, and then he was like, nope, it hasn't been 24 hours, look at my watch. I know a lot of you guys give me shit for it, and say what you want, I'll still stand by it. I loved that scene with Roy Mustang just going at Envy, burning him, and burning him. I loved it. So that's definitely one of my favorite moments. Then we had that scene, Louis Armstrong, General Armstrong, both going at Sloth, and then realizing how fast Sloth was, but how strong Louis Armstrong was. That was awesome. And then Curtis showing up. Then we got the two muscles and both saluting each other, greeting each other. I love that. And then the whole trying to take down Father, I really enjoyed that story arc, and you know how it took pretty much everyone to take down Father, and then when Father taking the power of God or having God within him, and then we all just saw what happened. That was amazing. And Alphonse sacrificing himself and getting Edward's arm back, that was another amazing moment. Greed, you know, admitting that all he wanted was friends, and then pretty much saving Ling. And even before that, when we had Greedling going against the Central Forces, that was sweet. But yeah, finally destroying Father, and then one of the saddest moments for me was when, you know, Hohenheim was at his wife's gravesite, and then, you know, saying that he still wants to live, and we had all that, and then Panako coming up and seeing him just, you know, pretty much stone and dead. But yeah, guys, what an amazing anime. Can't say enough good things about it. It's been one hell of a journey. I don't know when I started this, but it's been a long time. And when I first started, I was like, 64 episodes, it's gonna be long. And now I'm like, 64 episodes, this is not enough. Even the soundtrack was amazing in this. And the opening theme songs, the ending, the outro songs. I think the first and the last one were my favorite. Yeah, first and the last one. But yeah, guys, once again, thanks for coming along this journey with me. I heard that there's bloopers for Fullmetal Alchemist. If I have time, I'll check that out, so keep an eye out for that. Code Geass and Death Parade will be taking Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood slot, and once I'm done with that, I'll have another poll for you guys to vote on. And until then, guys, take it easy.